Hello, I'm Sean James Murphy and I play Tucker in Danger 5. We'll be screening Season 1 on a marathon screening on January 3rd from 9:30 on SBS 2, and Season 2 will be premiering in Australia on January 4 at 9:30 SBS 2. Don't miss it.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure, thanks for having me.
We've been waiting quite a long time now for the second season of Danger 5.
Oh, just a hot 3 years or so, is it?
How long ago did you actually film it?
It would have been now 4 years ago. I was much younger and better looking then. So yeah, it took quite a while. The first season, the boys did everything themselves, so it took like a good year and a half in post-production. This time we've done it a lot quicker.
There's a lot of cheesy special effects and things like that, but that's not easy to do. That's to get that stuff right.
To get it to look that cheap takes time. We've got a whole lot more special effects though in season 2, although it's still got the charm of the low budget feel.
Yes.
So don't you worry, there's no CGI, so to speak. Our dinosaurs are real puppets, I assure
That's
you.
right. Lots of miniatures, lots of
Lots of
puppets.
miniatures. Actually, it's turned up a very high notch this time around. There's, I think, 3 times the miniatures, far more puppets, or like 5 times more puppets, and they're a lot more extravagant too.
It must have been fun on the set to kind of be playing such, silly isn't the right word, but funny kind of scenes and.
Oh, it's like a dream. I don't think I'll ever have a role that's going to be as fun as Danger 5 was. I mean, it's always been a dream of mine to be in Jurassic Park. And I think even these days, if you're in Jurassic Park, you don't get to work with actual puppet dinosaurs, whereas in Danger 5 you do. No CGI. It's so much fun. I mean, you read the script and you think, how are we going to do this? And the fact that we get to go for those like authentic looks, like, the 60s, you have all the little miniatures and weird like special effects, and we do the same thing for the 80s. It's so much fun.
You get to play around with a lot of classic film and TV
Yes.
concepts
Yep.
in the series. Are there any particular standouts for you that you enjoyed? Maybe some of your favorites growing up.
They- well, I've always wanted to be kind of a bit of a ninja. I've always been into that. And in season 2, Tucker goes on a bit of a, ninja training spree. And it's a real storyline for his character. And that was a real dream of mine, to get into the full ninja gear, have a samurai, and, it was great. But all the awesome, like, cheesy 80s references, so much fun to shoot. I mean, I loved the 60s, but it's a lot stiller. It's a lot more controlled, whereas the 80s, I kind of just let it all out. It's a lot more fun.
A lot more colour.
A lot more colour. Tucker kind of goes on this crazy journey in season 2, and he goes in all the extremes of the human emotion, and it's hopefully hilarious.
When you kind of get a script like that, is it hard? I mean, I guess direction is so important for something like this, because it's to be too cheesy, not cheesy enough, to get that balance right of it being accessible without being, painful almost.
Yeah.
Which is a balance that seems to have been achieved quite well.
Yeah, thank you. I hope it has. I think it all kind of came down to the casting. A lot of it, we don't get a huge amount of direction. It's all more about the casting, and I think a lot of when I was casting it was, do I get the script? Do I get what they're trying to do? And through that, I kind of understand the references, and I can hopefully pitch it right. So the direction was more practical things. Although the unique thing with Danger 5 is we do all the audio in post. So we might have sets being built right next to our ears, and chainsaws going off, and so getting direction while you're acting is totally a thing. So you'll have the director screaming at you, bigger, smaller, cry now, and you've just got to keep going. So it's unusual like that.
So everything is dubbed from start to finish.
Everything. I think there's one only thing that's not dubbed is when I play the recorder in season 1. I think that's the only live audio we've used, because of course I studied the recorder. So
in year 3,
Yep.
you've kept it up since then.
3, 4, and 5.
Pro at the recorder.
Oh yeah, I'm very proud of that.
So what do you hope people kind of take away from the show when they watch it?
Well, I just want people to have a good time and have a good laugh. I don't think Danger 5 is really made to be taken too seriously.
I was going to say, don't get too deep there.
Don't get too deep with it. It's just, all I say is open your mind, sit back, and let it kind of wash over you. Because it really goes to some crazy places. in season 2 in particular. So I just want people to enjoy it and not think too deeply about it. If they have a laugh, that's great.
And it's sort of, I mean, I like that it sort of follows on the tradition, perhaps, first put forward by Mel Brooks and even Charlie Chaplin, going way back. That it's more fun to have a laugh than take things too seriously.
Yeah, you make your enemies look like idiots, you buffoons, which is exactly what we've done in Danger 5. We make Hitler look like a fool. So yeah, it's very much continuing on that tradition.